Hi everyone. Today's soup is amazing. This is my aunt's recipe and I grew up eating it. She always made it for me when I was a kid, and today I'm making it for my son. Here I have 2 pounds of stewed beef, which I'm going to season with 1 tablespoon of garlic salt, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and half a teaspoon of ground cumin. And mix it up. Get it all in there. Good to go. I cover with cling wrap and set it aside for about an hour on the countertop to let it come to room temperature. I'm going to make this meal in an instant pot, and I'm going to saute the meat first. Put it on more. It's now on, so I'm ready to saute the meat. I'm going to start by adding 4 tablespoons of canola oil to the pan and let it heat up. The oil seems to be pretty hot now, and I'm going to turn it down to normal, and I will slowly add the meat because I want to sear it. This soup is delicious. It's very simple and it's nutritious. It's quick and easy to make. Set all the meat in there, and I'm going to do it in a couple of batches. I'm not going to crowd the pan. I'll turn it up again now. Have it sear. The meat is starting to sear well. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. It's too many pieces for me to turn one by one, so a quick sear is all I really need. I'm going to remove the first few pieces and put on a plate. Now I'm going to add the second half of the beef and sear that. I just did a quick sear. I am going to return the meat to the pan, the first batch that I did, with all the juices and everything. Continue sauteing a little bit. Now I'm going to add 3 large garlic cloves that I grated right here. And fry a little bit with the meat. Incorporate everything. Smells great already. Always remember to scrape the sides of the pan. Looks and smells wonderful. Now I'm going to add 1 medium yellow onion chopped. And stir well to combine. After sauteing the onion a little, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of tomato paste to the pan. I'm going to saute this a little bit at the bottom of the pan here. Now I'm going to add 1 beef bouillon, and it's a large one. I'll add another one and just mix everything up. I'm going to let it cook for a while, probably a good 10 minutes. I'm going to saute it for 10 more minutes. It's starting to get hot now. And the beef bouillon that is dissolving in there. And a little stir. It looks so good already. Now I'm going to add 4 tomatoes that I cored, seeded, and peeled. These are medium tomatoes, and it's like those tomatoes that on the vine. That's what they are. I'm going to add that. And stir. I'm going to let it saute for another 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add 4 large carrots that I peeled and sliced, along with a little bit of chopped cilantro leaves, just a little bit. You don't want to add too much because the cilantro will overpower the soup. This is not cilantro soup. This is beef and vegetable soup. So that'll go in. I'm going to stir a little bit more. Now I'm going to add 5 russet potatoes that I washed, peeled, and cut into large pieces like this. And I put in a little bit of water. There's probably a couple of cups of water in here. And I'm going to add the potatoes with the water and everything in there, along with 1 cup of salted beef broth or beef stock. I'm going to stir a bit. We're almost done with our soup. Take a little taste. It's delicious. I am going to add another ½ cup of beef broth. And stir a little bit. I'll just go ahead and add the rest of this. In total, I added about 2 cups of salted beef broth. And just stir a little bit. I'm going to clean up the rim of my pan. There you go. The saute is done just in time. I'm going to dry the rim. I'm ready to pressure cook my soup, my son's soup. So I'm going to put the lid on. See the 2 arrows lining up, and then close, set the back to sealing, then pressure cook. I want it on high, but I want 25 minutes. So I'm going to add. Know that it's going to take a while for it to build up pressure. Once it does, it will cook for 25 minutes. There you go. It's starting. The soup has finished cooking. The pressure has come out. The pin is down. So I'm going to open up the pot. Beautiful soup. And the smell is awesome. I'm going to stir a little bit. It looks gorgeous. My son is gonna love that. Oh yeah, beautiful. Well cooked. Yes, I know, this soup is wonderful. Just like that. And I'm going to put some in a bowl for you to see. A little beef. There's plenty of beef in here. Right there. It's delicious, nutritious, just like that. I'm going to try just a little bit for the sake of this video. My goodness. It is absolutely delicious. I totally recommend you try this soup. I returned the soup to the pot and I let it cool. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned the fact that my aunt made this soup for us when I was little, and she always blended the soup though. And I have great childhood memories of getting French bread. I would get the inside of the French bread, cut up into tiny pieces, put in my soup bowl, and just let it soak up that soup. And then I would go and eat it, and it was just so delicious. And also I blend it when we have a tooth extraction. And that's what happened to my son today. He had a tooth extraction. So I told him that Mama would go and make the beef vegetable soup that I grew up with. And I would blend it for him. You know how the dentist tells you, don't chew on anything, don't eat anything solid. So here we go. This is a perfect meal. It's nutritious, delicious. I got a little bit of the chunky soup for his fiance. But I also made some brown gravy for him. And I also made delicious mashed potatoes. He's gonna love that. I have the mashed potato and gravy video in the description if you want to see how I made it. I'm gonna do half at a time because it's a lot of soup. I made a mess. But what else is new? Turn it on. Food puree. I'm gonna see if it's blended enough for him. It's perfect. This little guy always does a good job. Okay. I'm going to put it in this take-along container I purchased yesterday for him, just to take his food. So here's the blended soup, which is delicious. And here's the chunky version of it, which is just as tasty. And I'll show you the gravy I made my son, and also the mashed potatoes. Here you go. I hope that you try my recipe and that you like it, because it's delicious, nutritious, and I hope it becomes a staple in your home. And it's so simple, quick, and easy to make. Thank you for watching.